Good. Also, um,
Hello, Mister.
hello, Mister. Yes.
Yes.
So, so hi. Let me welcome my good friend Thomas Himmelrich. The story with Thomas is quite an interesting one because I met Thomas on a trip to Vietnam. This was a Swiss Asia Chamber of Commerce.
Ah, genau.
The Swiss Asia
Exactly, yeah.
Chamber of Commerce. We did a trip, and there I met Thomas, and we've stayed in touch ever since. So Thomas has been a sparring partner for me, a great sparring partner, and we meet, I don't know, about every 6 weeks on Skype. So Zoom is a bit
Correct.
unusual for us. So without further ado, I let quickly Thomas introduce himself, tell us a bit what he does in Vietnam, and then we will go with the interview. So over to you,
Okay.
Thomas.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Andreas. Yeah, it's always very nice and a good experience to talk to you every time when we have done it. Like you said, we met, I don't remember, a long time ago, and I'm here since 2005.
Okay.
In Ho Chi Minh City, in the south of Vietnam. I started my own IT outsourcing company in that year, 2005, and I sold it actually in 2013. And I went back more into security business again.
Okay.
Currently, I'm responsible for the company Unica. It's a Swiss company which has a strong focus in brand protection.
Okay.
We're on a digital approach.
Okay, very good. So what I wanted to ask you, and this is a bit the theme of all these interviews, is to get an understanding of, I mean, obviously you've been in business for 2005 in Asia
Yeah.
and 2013 with a new approach. So what were maybe a few things you learned over those years as an entrepreneur
For me,
to build the business?
yeah, for me in the beginning it was very, very hard because I I started actually that own business with not much experience in business at all to make it as an entrepreneur. So I had to build up sales, I had to build up marketing, I had to build up also on the other side here the production and so on.
Yeah.
I learned a lot, and the biggest part, which I think, which I have taken out of it, is the human approach,
The human approach.
how you go on with people. On one side with clients, on one side with vendors, but on the other side also with own staff. How
Okay.
you treat them, how you learn them, and it was also always the approach and the difficulty of the different culture.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I did really underestimate it, but on the end, it's really helpful for me also today. I still have a team with 5 people here working along with me, but I think that is something which need to be learned by doing the own way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It helped me also to discuss it actually with you afterwards. A few times we were talking about these kind of things, and yeah, that's I think this is and staying on your idea, don't jump too much around from A to B when you think okay, maybe C is better, and then you go back again, and this
So
is
maintain focus, no?
yeah,
I
also the
think that
focus.
has been also helpful for me in our conversations. That there's also a possibility to explore my own ideas. So
Mhm,
maybe
mhm.
discuss them with you first, and then you would also maybe challenge me a bit. So I would also, I mean, as entrepreneurs, we also have the risk to chase the next shiny thing, no?
Yeah, exactly. But focus means actually not only stay poor on your idea
Exactly.
until it's finished or it breaks. You have to allow some adoption within your idea. Um, like if you think about a certain kind of a market or a certain kind of an
Yeah.
industry is now your topic and only this one,
Yeah.
but maybe during the time you go deeper inside in this one, you learn, and may you have to adapt a bit, and it's not
Yeah,
only that
to find
industry.
this balance of
Yeah,
of staying the course and still adapting, not being
Yeah.
totally stur, no?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That.
You know,
Yeah,
we have
exactly. So Scheuklappen, you know.
this horse with this thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. This is sometimes not so easy because
Not so easy to find the
you
strike that balance. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And if you meet people, you hear a lot of different stories. You hear things which might be okay, but if you follow them too much on this one, you feel, oh no, no, that's also not right. So you need to you need to have the focus, and suddenly you feel you can move. I think sometimes it's also a little bit a feeling of the gut. It's a gut feeling, you know.
Yeah, yeah, you need to
Yeah,
trust your instinct to some extent. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I wonder. I wonder. You talked about. I don't have corona, to be honest, but so
Oh, no,
we're safe.
please not.
We're at a safe distance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, what I wanted to ask you is, you talked about the importance of culture. Has the fact that you're Swiss helped you in Asia, or has that been more of a problem for you? Is that, how do you see that
It,
being Swiss in Asia?
let's in sales and in going around getting contacts and having discussions first time with some new people, and so it's absolutely helpful.
Yes, yes.
It's especially in the sales part now, it's you don't have to explain a lot. People accept you very quickly,
Yes.
maybe even by joking about Roger Federer, for example,
Okay.
or the Swiss banks or whatever. But there's very quickly a certain kind of a level of trustment.
Trust.
What is sometimes as a Swiss company here is a little bit a disadvantage is the staff thinks about of a rich company with a lot of goodies and all these kind of things. So there is also a kind of, you need to make this a bit clear where we are standing, what we are doing, but then actually it's okay. So in overall, I think it's very helpful, and also our approach as a Swiss, we are, I think we Swiss is a kind of a person who stays a bit also to the words what we are saying. I mean, it's, if you go somewhere, you tell, you try very much to tell really the truth, and I think this is helpful. And the point is, because the culture in Asia, a lot of people are not so willing or not able to say no.
Yeah, yeah.
So with our approach, we are also people, we try very long. We should, that's my learning also,
Yes,
to
yes,
find very quickly actually that,
yes.
is this person now really interested, or is it just playing a kind of a game?
Okay,
Maybe
yes,
he does
yes.
not even know it's a game, but for me it's a game because I just lose the time afterwards. So
Yes,
this
yes.
is something which is, this is sometimes like on a knife, you know, you don't
Yes,
know,
yes,
is
yes.
it here or is it here? So that's,
So you need
but
to,
in
so
general.
okay, so it is an advantage to some extent that it allows you. It will consider as trustworthy. We have a style which allows us to relate good to Asian people who are not very
Yeah,
direct,
yeah,
where maybe
yeah,
other cultures with a more in-your-face approach maybe
yeah,
a bit as at a disadvantage. No, I mean,
yeah,
I know this from when I was in China, when someone said, you know, Americans, they just say straight talk as just an excuse for being rude.
it
So, you know, this
yeah,
directness of certain cultures does not go well in many Asian cultures,
yeah,
actually.
it's actually, they don't like it. It's not the,
It's not
this has
considered
a,
correct. It's
yeah,
just not the way of
yeah,
interacting with each other. Yeah.
yeah, and you're closing the doors, you know,
Yeah, you
it's,
close the doors. I realized that very
yeah,
in my time in Asia also. What I
yeah,
was wanting to ask you also in terms of learnings, because you're obviously successfully commercial, and you said that you had to learn. I think as we all did as entrepreneurs, that we had to learn how to sell.
Yeah, that's in the end. It's in the end, everything is just sales. It's,
Yeah. So what
I
were
mean,
your
you
main
need the other
learnings
things
there too?
also.
Where you say what are you doing different now than when you started in terms of sales?
Yeah, that's that. I mean, when I started sales, I started selling in Switzerland because of my IT business. I was looking for clients in the DACH region actually,
Yeah.
and later now I started to make these sales here. So it was even again a new approach here.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is I find people and not going first by business. Let's say like
Okay.
I try via LinkedIn, or I make an appointment via somebody to somewhere.
Okay.
And when I go there, I go prepared with my samples or whatever. That's all okay. But my first idea is not just selling what I have here. It's more let him know who I am
Okay. Build the
and
relationship first.
build the relationship. Sometimes it's just 10 minutes,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then we go automatically to the topic, and you feel warm, you feel
Yeah.
okay. And in some cases, you go somewhere and you don't get out of this relation.
Okay.
And actually, then it's an ending story. It's usually not going much further.
Yeah.
But I have seen that when you feel okay, you feel
Yeah.
warm, you feel comfortable,
Yeah.
and usually it goes further. If it's a meeting like hickhack, like with a hammer,
Yeah.
and you try, and the other one also tries, and
Yeah.
it's usually it's not going anywhere.
So also there, it's a question that you trust your instincts to say let's just
Yeah,
go with it open. Let's try to build a relationship,
yeah,
but to again find that right balance. So okay, build the relationship, but is this leading to something business or not?
yeah.
Because
I mean, on the end, you want to have business.
yeah,
I
of
mean,
course, and that's I think that's also what
not
you
only
said
friends.
is that maybe in Asia it's a bit more difficult to see, well, is this person actually
Yeah,
interested in doing
yeah.
business, or is the person just being polite?
Yeah, and that's right. You are absolutely right. So the polite person, he will actually always stay around in this first step actually,
Yes,
and maybe
yes,
he
yes.
starts to but you could make something like this for me in Vietnam, or you could do this one. They
Yeah,
have then thousands of ideas, and but you don't want to do that. You want to sell actually your service to him,
yes,
but
yes,
maybe
yes,
he's not ready, or he just doesn't want, but he will not tell you. So he starts to say, but in Vietnam, you could make me this one, or
yes, 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 yes.
So that's the point here. And the other thing is, I mean, it's a business around security,
Yes,
and security is something which has to be on a trust base.
yes, yes, yes.
So if
Obviously.
you if you cannot trust to a certain amount of elements to a
Yes.
person, you cannot make the business.
Mhm.
And that's why it's important that I remember I have been in meetings in Malaysia,
Yeah.
and it took me about 4 hours. The
Yes.
meeting was going more than a morning. It took me about 4 hours,
Yeah.
and then it got warm. Then the people really started to realize
Yeah.
that's okay. This guy talks not shit, or this
Yeah.
is okay. And we found the way to go together, and now we do things together. Yeah.
And I think that's an advantage of you being in Asia and actually having maybe a bit more time than people who are just flying in and with this
Yes,
idea that I have only 4 hours and then I need to close the business.
absolutely,
And so that
absolutely.
doesn't
And
work.
for me, even also then, I mean, I had to go a second time again, but then it was actually already the ice was broken already,
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
joking, and things were going on because the other the company which I'm working with, also the client,
Yes.
he needs also to open a lot of his own
Yes.
problems and issues, and
Yes.
people don't like to talk about I have an issue.
Yeah.
No, this is could go easily to the wrong hands also.
Yeah. So maybe let's look at something else that you talked about, and that is we talked now about the sales part, about the importance of building this relationship, but also to see when is the investment relationship actually worth it? When do I need to sort of try to get out of it? You mentioned something, and I'd like to close with that. Is this inside the human side of business? Can you elaborate a bit on that, where you say it's more, that's something you learned?
You mean the human side? You mean can you
said it
explain
at
a
the
bit?
beginning that the one of the lessons for you was with people.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
around that.
yeah,
No?
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, business is always only going with other people together.
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
either you have a team, you have a company that they're working for, you have clients, it's
yeah.
always people.
Yes.
And how you manage them,
Yes.
you know, is Scrum, for example, the only thing now which
Yes.
works for everybody and all over?
Yes.
Is questionable, but ideas and or like approaches like if, give people just an idea and they will do it.
Yes.
Um, this may work in certain Swiss environment where you have, or in general in certain environments where you have people with certain kind of knowledge background, but this is not only background of what you learned in the universities. It's a it's a it's a cultural aspect again. For example, here people are not usually taking the ball and working on it. You need to train them that they take the ball, that they are allowed, that they see, that they feel comfortable to take it and to work on it. And here it's more somebody tells you what you need to do until when. And this is still the old style here. And the young people, if you get a young person, you need to train him differently.
So it's
this
really
has also impacts.
You say in business to be successful there, you had to learn to build your team, and also to find a good way, which may not be the way that everyone is telling you should, but also here to some extent just see what works and be open to adapt your ways to something that you feel, okay, this is now working now.
Yeah, you need to really adapt a lot of things, different approaches, and bring it in. But you need to be there. You need to teach. Teaching is maybe not only staying there like in the university. It's with the people doing something.
It's maybe more coaching, or sort of
Yes,
helping them grow, helping them in an individual way.
But this can also sometimes break for a relationship from an employee to the boss in this case, because he feels certainly not understood anymore, because that's another way I never done. Or days maybe he makes a mistake and then he cannot lose the face, and this is all, and then don't tell the real truth behind anymore. And this is then so like it starts somewhere and it goes like a screw deeper and deeper and deeper, and then you cannot stop it anymore. Then it's actually over. The game is over.
And
that's
that is
something.
Over when the performance is not good, and
no, when a person starts to lose, let's say, like the face. And then he cannot tell you anymore, or then he's coming too late to the office, and he doesn't tell you why, or he tells you another reason.
Okay.
And this is then so like a screw which slowly starts to go more deep, and he cannot go out of
Okay, when
this.
it gets like into a negative spiral
Yeah, this
and
is like a negative
negative
spiral,
spiral
and
and
you
for
cannot stop it. It is
okay,
no
okay,
way. It's no way. It's no, yeah. And that's especially with people they are a little bit older, let's say so
okay,
30, 35. The younger ones are usually better
okay,
because they they're still more open actually also.
okay.
Um,
So
and
it's almost
then it has also an aspect of religion also. This comes also together.
yeah. So
It's
this is a
it's
complication of doing business in Asia, that if someone
yeah,
gets into this state where they can actually not share what's going on,
yeah,
it
yeah,
gets complicated. And if you feel that this person is closing up more and more,
yeah.
it's it's
Yeah, it goes then so far that, for example, in a client meeting, that he starts hiding information, or he doesn't, maybe not hiding, it's maybe a little bit a strong word, but he doesn't share anymore what he has seen, that the product has maybe an issue,
okay.
and that's
So it's a situation where the employee is not willing anymore to be open.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so it's a
well,
complication.
that's,
Good.
but usually with younger people, it's better, it's easier.
So it's really important for you to avoid getting into that situation, to catch them early so they don't
Yeah,
get into this
yeah,
spiral.
and they are tools. I mean, I feel it. Or then you need to have a coffee with this person. You need to
Yeah.
bring him back with all power, and maybe relationship breaks. He resigns and goes, or he stays, and after years he says thank you. It's really like this,
Okay.
because then he understands after a while.
Yeah.
It's
Fascinating.
sometimes I think we have a little bit a leadership which is maybe more close also to becoming a bit closer, into a father role, maybe something.
Yes.
It's a bit, so you go there a bit around, and sometimes they coming with private issues which you would never think about. So you have a bit a different responsibility also, and maybe also the gray hair are very helpful. The
Yeah, no,
age.
that's something I also found doing business in China, even as I was young, that
Mm,
even in a corporate setting, the expectation from the boss is that the person really cares for you and is there for you,
yep,
sometimes beyond
yep,
just being your boss.
yep. I mean,
So
you see it now. I can feel it here now, because we have this issue with the coronavirus, and I started actually to inform them what it is and how it is, and from shared also URLs and official web or official information, not scam and so things, or in the toilet also, for the cleaning, for the hands, and so I think they like it. It's the feel.
yeah, the
Yeah,
feeling that
I
you care
think.
for them.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. But
Very
this is
good.
always an additional effort.
Very good. So I think we come to the end of this interview. Any closing remarks you want to sort of say, or things that come to mind as we
Yeah,
did this interview?
I think it's like you said in the beginning. It's for me. I'm quite here local, and I'm I'm trying to set up where I'm making this business, and have a lot of this Asian things around me. For me, it's very important to have somebody like you, just
Okay, good.
talking sometimes a few words in Swiss German or in English or whatever, and you feel yourself, oh, okay, I'm not so alone on this planet here. It's okay, because with the time you feel a bit lonely. It's you
Yeah, I
feel
can imagine.
maybe lonely. Ja, einfach it's a little separated. You have different ideas. I have here also friends here in Asia, of course. Swiss friends also have also their business, but usually they have also their ideas, and so the sharing is, I would say, on a higher level is not so deep as you and me, for example.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, it's
we
funny
can
because
really,
this is really something I also appreciate very much. It's something that I know exactly that if I come up from a call with you, we always schedule, I don't know, 45 minutes, and we tend to
yeah,
overrun all the time.
it's always,
So, and for me, it's always very early. So I'm also today, it's quite early. So, but it's really, to me, it's really something uh, uh, worth getting up in the morning.
yeah, no, we keep this, we keep it. It's really
Very
cool.
good. Thank you,
Yeah,
Thomas.
thank you,
Thank
Andreas.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. Take care. Good.
You too.